Hello! I have left reflecting on 2017 quite late on purpose because I guess I didn't really want to give my brain the subconscious idea that the year was over, because then I run the risk of just halting productivity, and I needed that not to happen because I've had a lot of shit to do before New Year's. Speaking of, myself and a couple of friends have just launched a short film collaboration channel called Distant Tape Productions, so I would really love it if you could check that out. There's gonna be new short films and behind the scenes stuff from two teams every month. The first films aren't gonna be live for another few weeks. However, if you wanna head on over to our Instagram, there's gonna be some behind the scenes stuff over there on our story and on Instagram in general if you're interested. Cool. Shameless self-promotion out of the way. How do I sum up this year without sounding like a broken record? This year, I came home from the longest trip overseas that I have ever experienced. I moved out of home. I started university. I did well in university despite my doubts, stress, and complete lack of motivation in the beginning of the year in particular. I got a job. I lost faith in humanity. I regained faith in humanity. I lost faith in humanity. I met a fuckload of new people, and I made a lot of new, really cool friends. I listened to 36,589 minutes of music on Spotify. I read 36 books. I made many mistakes. I learned from many mistakes. I grew tomatoes and herbs and flowers. I traveled by myself for the first time ever. I made an effort to take opportunities. I made 17 playlists. I made a documentary. I learned a lot about teamwork. I knitted 5 scarves. I got back into the violin. I started learning Norwegian. I started relearning Italian. I wrote a lot for uni. I didn't write nearly enough outside of uni. I scrapbooked all year. I'm actually pretty proud of that one because I was worried that I was gonna give up quite early on. I learned to love myself a little more. I went out of my comfort zone a lot. I realized that I have social anxiety. I started dealing with the fact that I have social anxiety rather than repressing it and beating myself up about it like I have done for a long time. I moved on. I learned to feel again. I turned 18 and I felt and continue to feel like I have not done nearly enough. I spent a lot of this year feeling like I wasn't adult enough, particularly around other uni students. In fact, I spent a lot of this year feeling inadequate in general, and while I spent a lot of this year reflecting and trying to self-evaluate, I kind of glossed over certain aspects of reality, focusing rather on what I hadn't done right or hadn't done yet. I also spent a large part of this year feeling very lost and numb. However, I have ended 2017 with a strong base to work from and an anchor that took all year to build, and a much better mental state than the one that I began the year with. 2017 has been a pretty shit one globally, but I'm fairly sure that you're probably aware of that. It also hasn't felt like a year. Honestly, for me, it still doesn't feel like December 2016 ended. This has been the quickest year of my life, but I learned a lot, as cheesy as that sounds. Finally, I also made this montage. I hope you have a wonderful 2018, and I will see you next week with a new video. Bye.